Facebook, a social networking site that has brought millions of people together. But what is it about this particular program that makes students, teachers, adults, children, people of all ages fascinated and tuned in? Perhaps it's the usability factor, the way in which you can log on and really create a profile and follow directions quickly and easily. Maybe it's the fact that it's individualized. People are able to create their own profiles, advertise themselves, share with others everything that they've done from their point of view. The tool is commonly used for people to connect with each other in the moment. By providing status update features. You can say what you're doing, where you are. Facebook can show a map of where you are. It can advertise upcoming events that you can invite people to. It can show video. It can show photos. Really, it's a way for people to uniquely say, this is me, this is who I am as an individual, and here's what I'm doing in my life. Everybody is using Facebook. From the very young to the very old. People of many different professions and interests join on Facebook so that they can feel connected to each other really around the world. Facebook is often banned from school computers. There are different programs in place by districts that really limit the amount of different sites students can get to on a daily basis. And because Facebook is such an alluring tool, something that people feel like they're constantly on, many teachers and administrators feel as though it's distracting. However, at the same time, Facebook is prevalent in students' lives. It's around all of the time. So ultimately, it's something that students at quite a young age actually get on and continue to be on for a long time. So as a teacher, to me, it seems like if nobody's really showing them what Facebook is and the fact that they really do have a digital footprint that follows them, they're going to make some bad choices. So it seems to me that rather than just allowing Facebook and other technology programs that are similar to this to sort of be like the pink elephant in the room that nobody talks about because we ban them from using it during school hours, why not educate them about effective use? Because if they will invite anybody as a friend or accept a friend request just because it means that they're popular. These buzzwords such as like, friend, status updates, albums, they mean different things on Facebook than they mean in the real world. So to have a friend on Facebook really means an acquaintance, somebody that you might know or somebody you don't mind being able to see your page. But to have a friend in the real world, we would like to believe for kids today, means something a little bit more serious. It means getting to know somebody. It means having things in common with them. It means having a common relationship with them, having a trust value with them. These are things that you don't necessarily think of when you click accept friend. So it's a little bit different, and I think that the differences need to be talked about in the classroom so that students understand that. Being able to say, oh, I have 2,000 friends on Facebook doesn't really mean you have 2,000 friends. It just means you have 2,000 people that are viewing your page. And I think that that's something that students really need to understand in order to understand how the virtual world works and how the real world works. I think some major issues with Facebook, besides what's been mentioned about privacy settings and showing things about yourself that you may not want to show others, is the idea of bullying. It's very easy to make comments and to make judgments about each other on a computer screen that you wouldn't normally make face-to-face with somebody. It gives people added freedom that really doesn't make them think about the consequences of their actions or to think how those choices are going to affect others. I know that it sometimes bothers me when I realize that my friend count is different than it was the day before. if I've lost a friend or I've lost a few friends, I wonder who those people are and why they left my page. Now, it shouldn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but yet I want to know why. You know, it's part of that human instinct to want to feel like you're part of the group, to feel as though you're accepted. And looking at that from the opposite point, if you're not being accepted, then are you being rejected? And that really is something that we have to think about. Teenagers are very emotional and they're very sensitive. They want to feel accepted all of the time. And when we notice friend as this very normal term that we've grown up with as being important to us in the real world, it also has that same equal importance on Facebook when really it doesn't actually mean the same thing at all. If everybody is involved in one social network, well, guess what? Everybody gets to see what's going on. So that really makes the pressures of high school go viral. They don't exist just within the school walls, they exist everywhere because Facebook is everywhere and it's very easily accessible. So in my world, I would say that as a teacher, it's important to make kids aware of this and to understand how one comment can really be misconstrued or can blow up into a major issue. And what better opportunity than to use a tool that kids are so comfortable with to show how dangerous one tool can be. And to help them navigate through that so that they aren't really hurt by something that could happen beyond a parent's control or a teacher's control or an administrator's control. As far as future trends, I think that Facebook isn't going anywhere. It's going to be around for a very long time. And now seeing teacher web pages and how they're kind of modeling themselves a little bit after Facebook, things like Edmodo, that, you know, resemble the look of Facebook so that kids are comfortable with it. That really speaks volumes because it tells us that it's become such a standard practice that it's become a model for others to follow. So it is really important when we're thinking about social networking and the way in which we even organize our thoughts on a computer screen. It's important to note that Facebook is a way of that organization. People think of Facebook first. So it's really something that, as far as the future, we need to be very comfortable with it. I think that kids need to be informed and educated about privacy settings. They need to be aware of the choices they make on Facebook, just like the choices we make in the real world, because it is something that is going to always be important for kids in their lives.